Iran launches mass drone and missile attack on Israel. Tensions between Iran and Israel have been escalating for years due to their long-standing geopolitical and ideological conflicts in the Middle East. However, reports have recently emerged that Iran launched an unprecedented mass drone and missile attack against Israel, marking a dangerous new phase in the hostilities between the two nations. According to Israeli military sources, the attack occurred in the early hours of the morning, with waves of Iranian drones and missiles striking multiple locations across Israel. The targets reportedly included military bases, critical infrastructure sites, and major cities like Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, Iran's elite military force, is believed to have orchestrated the assault. A spokesperson for the IRGC has claimed responsibility for the attack, stating that it was a legitimate and proportionate response to Israel's acts of aggression against Iran. Israel's advanced missile defense systems, including the Iron Dome, David's Sling, and Arrow systems, were activated to intercept the incoming projectiles. However, the sheer volume of drones and missiles involved in the attack overwhelmed these defenses, allowing a significant number of them to penetrate and cause damage on the ground. The full extent of the damage is still being assessed. Initial reports indicate that the attack has resulted in numerous casualties, both military and civilian. Several residential areas were hit, with buildings collapsing and fires raging in the aftermath of the strikes. Israel's military has confirmed the loss of several aircraft and the destruction of multiple air defense batteries. Critical infrastructure, including power plants and communication networks, has also been impacted, leading to widespread blackouts and disruptions across the country. The attack has triggered a state of emergency in Israel, with the government calling for calm and resilience from its citizens. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has convened an emergency security cabinet meeting to discuss Israel's response to the Iranian aggression. International reactions to the attack have been swift and varied. The United States, a close ally of Israel, has condemned the Iranian attack and pledged its support for Israel's right to self-defense. However, some European nations have called for restraint and diplomatic efforts to de-escalate the situation. Iran, for its part, has warned of severe consequences if Israel retaliates, setting the stage for a potential escalation of the conflict into a broader regional war. The roots of the conflict between Iran and Israel can be traced back to the 1979 Iranian Revolution, which saw the overthrow of the pro-Western Shah and the establishment of an Islamic Republic under Ayatollah Khomeini. The new regime adopted an anti-Israeli stance, viewing the existence of a Jewish state in the Middle East as a threat to its ideological and geopolitical interests. Over the years, Iran has provided financial and military support to various Palestinian militant groups, such as Hamas and Hezbollah, which have engaged in armed conflicts with Israel. Additionally, Iran's pursuit of nuclear technology, which Israel perceives as an existential threat, has fueled tensions between the two nations. Israel, on the other hand, has sought to counter Iranian influence in the region and has carried out covert operations and airstrikes against Iranian targets in Syria and elsewhere. The two countries have also engaged in a proxy war in Lebanon, with Israel and Iran backing opposing factions in the country's ongoing political and military conflicts. The United States, as Israel's closest ally, could be drawn into the conflict, either through direct military support or by imposing additional sanctions on Iran. Russia and China, which have strategic interests in the region and maintain ties with Iran, could also become involved, complicating the geopolitical landscape. Regardless of the path chosen, the mass drone and missile attack on Israel has heightened tensions in the Middle East to unprecedented levels. The potential for further escalation and the risk of a broader regional conflict remain high, underscoring the urgent need for diplomatic efforts and a negotiated resolution to the long-standing disputes between Iran and Israel.